Hello and welcome back to part 3 of rebuilding the 1990s Warrior 350. So I went ahead and just basically made the executive decision with, of course, the customer's approval to basically go ahead and start just kind of replacing all the old electric parts. I felt like I wasn't really getting good spark, and then as soon as it did fire off and immediately cut off, my thought process was, I've got an ignition issue. I have to have electrical issue somewhere. So I went ahead and ordered a new starter solenoid, which this was good, but it was also original. So I want to get a new one in there. This one's really nice. It's got all the plastic coverings. I mean, it's actually, for what I paid for it, it's a really good product. So I got that, went ahead and got a new key switch because I was pretty sure the push button on the original one was trashed. So all the connections looked fine, but I just don't know what the inside looks like. I didn't feel like tearing it all the way down. For 10 bucks, I went ahead and got me a new push button with the headlight switch and everything. This is what I think the main problem was, in conjunction with the key, the ignition switch. I don't think it was doing what it was supposed to do because I never ever got reverse or neutral lights. So I feel like it was cutting it out. So I'm not going to bore you with installing all this stuff. I'm just going to put it in a time lapse. And yeah, we'll go from there. Welcome back to Tom TV. Oh, by the way, thanks for 500 subscribers. Y'all are the freaking best. And please, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, it's free, don't cost you a dime. And I promise if you want me to leave you alone, I will. It'll just mean a lot to me. So here we go. It's alive. Okay, that's something. Now if we just run off gas, that'd be cool. It's trying really hard. I wish I had a way to just inject gas in this thing. I don't have one of them fancy spray bottles. So I gave it everything I had. I threw gas, starter fluid, carb cleaner, threw everything I had at it. It is exponentially happier with all the new parts. There's no question. It's not just choosing not to run anymore like it was beforehand. So I got it to fire off multiple times. I got to fire off of carb cleaner, starter fluid, and 93 octane. So I know for a fact it is getting spark. Now the second it did fire up, it's smoking like a freight train. So I'm gonna call the customer, see just how far he wants to go, because that carburetor, that's gonna be every bit of $100, if not more. It's a straight Mikuni dual throttle cable. So I'm gonna call him, see where he wants to go. If he knows a buddy who can do carb work and wants to take it and clean it and do all that stuff, he can. But I'm gonna call the customer and I'll let you know what we wind up with. I guess if you see a continuation of this video, if you don't, then that's just gonna be where we're at. So dug a little bit further. I never can walk out of this shop on the first try. It's like the 14th or 15th try I finally leave the shop. I got the front end of the Warrior off, super easy, 4 bolts, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 4 on the top. I'm kind of suspecting either this guy, the ignition coil, is bad, which I've seen on a lot of rigs that the ignition coils just take a shit. But now this is a Mitsubishi one, so it's definitely factory. So basically I'm down to, I can see it's trying to pull fuel from the carburetor. What kills me is it will intermittently light off of starting fluid when it really should light off of starting fluid instantly if I've got good spark. Which now I monitored the spark for a second, and it's spark, and then it would just start arcing out of the spark plug boot into my hand. So I'm kind of thinking the spark plug boot's junk, which of course you can't replace just a spark plug boot. Connected from the boot all the way up to your ignition coil right here, which then runs over to your power supply and your ground. So now this is very similar setup to the Rancher or the Honda 300 video, if y'all watched that one. So I think I'm gonna swing and order one of these, and I might see how much a new CDI box is. My best guess is this thing just sat out in the weather for a year, just based on the amount of surface rust. And there was a comment, it kind of hurt my feelings. He was like, man, just trade that Warrior for a Grizzly 350. Okay, first of all, that's 2 different types of ATVs. That is a utility ATV. This is a sport quad. This is something you go launch 6 feet off a tabletop on. A Grizzly 350 is something you put a sack of rice or a sack of corn or whatever you put out for your animals on the back of, and you go out in the woods, or you go find the deepest mud hole you can find and just send it. So, first of all, not my machine. I don't have a choice. I told the guy I'd fix it, and that's what I'm going to do. Second of all, that's 2 different machines, dude. That's like comparing a Polaris Razor to Can-Am Defender. 2 different machines. So, anyway, that's going to do it for part 2. Sorry, this one was pretty boring, but we did get some stuff done. Ignition switch got changed out. The push button start's now fixed, so that starts every single time. Got the starter solenoid swapped out. I got to do a little more finagling with that to get it to fit just right, but it's in there and it's pretty happy. Verified spark is intermittent at best. I'm going to put a new ignition solenoid in it, and potentially a new CDI box, because I had the same issue with the Honda 300. So that's where I'm at, guys. So I really appreciate all the subscribers and all you who like and comment on my videos. I do my best to read every comment. I may not reply to them all, but I do my best to read every single comment. So guys, I really appreciate all the love and support. Keep on keeping on. Peace.